Hello guys, welcome back to another video and today we're doing my Championship Game Week 22 predictions. And yes, the Championship is back. We're finally back, and to be fair, it's actually really hard to predict these games because you can't. It's hard to with the injured players coming back, it's hard to predict. It's not really. It's difficult to base it on confidence and form because they're back after literally a month, pretty much. So it's a hard one to predict, but should we get into it with the first game, which is Blackburn Rovers versus Preston North End. Blackburn sit third, Preston sit ninth. Yeah, and Blackburn still have not drawn a game this season. 0 draws, 12 wins, 9 losses. So looking good, Blackburn. Only 2 points off automatics. Preston, on the other hand, looking pretty decent. In and around the playoffs at the moment. They're literally on the same amount of points as the playoffs, just based on goal difference. So Preston looking decent, so are Blackburn. Looking at the standings on the form table, Blackburn sit 9th, Preston sit 8th. So it's 8th v 9th, a very close battle. For me, I'm going to put Blackburn, I think Blackburn win 2-0. Blackburn will get a comfortable result, 2-0. They look good, Blackburn. They do look quite good. Can they just keep that form? I don't think they'll draw because they never draw. But yeah, moving on to the next game, which is Rotherham versus Bristol City. It's 16th v 18th. It's two teams not doing brilliantly, but they're not doing bad. Rotherham newly promoted. Bristol City always in that 15th to 20th range, always in between there. So not shocked. Yeah, definitely not shocked. Rotherham, 3 losses in the last 5. Bristol, winless in the last 5. So for me, looking at the form table, both teams are down there. Bristol in the relegation zone, 22nd. Rotherham in 18th. For me, I can just see a draw here, a 1-1 draw. I just don't see any team winning. It's a tough one to predict because one team could definitely win it, but I just see a draw. I just see a draw. Moving on to the next game, which is Reading versus Coventry City. And before the World Cup, I think it's the worst time for the World Cup to happen because we were picking up form. And then we got a new owner in, what's his name? Newcastle owner, Mike Ashley. And then we're now being evicted or getting eviction. So I don't know. Luckily we're away, and I think we're away next game. We have our next game like 2 weeks. So hopefully we can sort something out in that 2 weeks. But yeah, again, looking very good on the field. Off the field issues hitting us in the back yet again. We have 2 games in hand. If we win those 2 games in hand, we go on 35 points, which puts us 4th. So yeah, we just came back off 4 wins in a row. We're 12th, Reading are 13th. In the form table, we're 2nd. And Reading are 20th. For me, I think, Cobb, we need to just start coming back now. We were so good before the World Cup. Can we carry that on? We need to carry that on. I think the only injury we have, if I'm not mistaken, is like Matt Godden. I think all our injured players are back. I think even Matt Godden's back. I don't think we have many injured players anymore. I think we're all back to full fitness, ready to go. Cameron Hare, full fitness. Gyökeres, full fitness. For me, I can just see us winning. I know we're away, but that won't matter. Reading 0, Coventry City 2. I think we'll win it. Moving on to the next game, which is Millwall versus Wigan Athletic. It's a tough match because Millwall did play last Saturday on the 3rd and they lost 3-0 to Sunderland. They played one of their rescheduled fixtures and they sit 7th at the moment, Millwall. Not looking brilliant, if I have to say so myself. That's a loss, a draw, a win and a loss. That's 1 win in the last 5, not brilliant. Wigan, on the other hand, 22nd in the relegation zone. They did win their last game, which, may give them a little bit of confidence. But, yeah, they're not looking great, Wigan. Millwall sit 16th in the form table, Wigan 21st. I can just see Millwall 2-1 win. I just think they have enough quality, Millwall, just about to beat this Wigan side. Moving on to the next game, which is Swansea City versus Norwich City. It's 5th v 8th. Two teams doing proper well this season. Norwich on 32 points, Swansea on 31. Swansea are on a bit of a pickle though, aren't they? 4 draws and 1 loss in the last 5. With Norwich really hit and miss form. 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw. Not brilliant. Both doing quite poorly in the form table. Swansea City sitting 17th, Norwich 11th. For me, it's going to be a tough match, but I'm just going to back the away side. I'm going to go for Swansea City 1, Norwich City 3. I think it'll be a very, very dominant performance for Norwich City. Moving on to the next game, which is Middlesbrough versus Luton. It's 11th v 15th. Luton on 30 points, Middlesbrough on 27. Middlesbrough, though, are starting to pick up some form with 3 wins and 1 draw and 1 loss in the last 5, as Luton have 3 draws, 1 loss and 1 win. So both teams doing all right in the form table. Luton sit around 14th and Middlesbrough sit 4th. So Middlesbrough doing very well in the form table. So it's going to be a tough match to predict. For me, I've gone for just a basic 1-1 draw. I just don't really see. I don't know who's going to win it. It's going to be a tough match though. Moving on to the next game, which is Blackpool versus Birmingham. It's 14th versus 23rd. Blackpool 4 losses in a row. Terrible, terrible form. Birmingham hit and miss. 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss. But yeah, very hit and miss form. But if both teams aren't doing brilliant. Now, Birmingham 14th is not bad. Birmingham do sit, 10th in the form table, so not bad for Birmingham. Not bad. Blackpool 23rd. That's where they are in the table. That's where they are in the form table. Not looking great. 3 draws and 2 losses in the last. No, 4 losses and a win in the last 5. Brilliant. Horrendous form. For me, I'm gonna go for a 1-0 Birmingham win. They look quality Birmingham. They look decent Birmingham. I think they'll just pick up all 3 points there. Moving on to the next game, which is Stoke City versus Cardiff City. A very interesting one. It's 17th v 19th. 1 point separate these two sides. Stoke 25 points, Cardiff 24. They still have to worry about the relegation zone. A 1 point off the relegation zone, Cardiff. 2 points for Stoke. Both teams in the form table doing pretty poor. You know, Cardiff are sitting in 13th, so not actually that bad. Stoke 15th, so mid-table, not awful. It's a hard one to predict here. I'm just going to back the home side just based on home advantage, home form, and everything like that. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Stoke City win. I think they have a little bit more quality to their name. I think Cardiff recently have been on terrible form. So I just see being a Cardiff City win. Moving on to the next game, which is Sheffield United versus Huddersfield Town. What a game this would have been last season. It's not very anymore. Huddersfield 24th, 6 points off safety. No, 4 points off safety. 4 points off safety. With Sheffield United second, 3 points off top of the table. Yeah, Sheffield United are looking strong. 4 wins in the last 5, 1 loss. Top of the form table, but on goal difference. Only by 1 goal difference. And it's them, Cov and Burnley all top 3. With Huddersfield sitting in 12th. So Huddersfield not looking bad on the form table, mid-table. For me, it's going to be a tough match because Sheffield United have to win this just to keep up with Burnley. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Sheffield United win. I think they have enough quality. I think they're a little bit better than Huddersfield. And yeah, moving on to the next game, which is QPR versus Burnley. It's 1st v 6th. Top of the table, 4 wins in the last 5. And with QPR 4 losses in the last 5. Both teams doing, well, not Burnley doing brilliantly. QPR not doing great at all. It's 1st v 6th. It's 24th v 3rd in the form table. Burnley are just looking really strong. I think Vincent Kompany has got the hang of it. He's getting this Burnley side playing some good attacking football. It's great to see. For me, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Burnley win. a very strong performance from Burnley, and yeah, QPR just they're gonna go down the table. They're not looking great. Moving unless you get the World Cup maybe come at a good time for QPR. We're moving on to Watford versus Hull. It's 4th v 20th. Hull are on a very not doing great. They're on a bit of a losing run here. 3 losses in the last 5, 1 win, 1 draw, and Watford with 3 wins. So Watford they're looking all right. Their loss was to Cov. They won and they drew. So 4 points in the last 9. It's not bad. Watford aren't looking awful. 6th in the form table. That's not bad. Playoffs in the form table when Hull City sit 19th. That's not great for Hull. It's better for Hull. But moving on to my predictions, I'm going to go for a Watford win. They're at home. 2-0 to Watford for me. They're at home. They're strong. The manager, honestly, you go with a 5 loss streak and you get sacked. So, yeah, Watford, they looking great at the moment. Moving on to the last game, which is Sunderland versus West Brom. It's 10th versus 21st. West Brom are 3 wins on the bounce, which is looking great. Sunderland, 2 wins on the bounce, just beat Millwall 3-0. So their confidence is actually going to be high, skyrocketing. West Brom, they're looking decent now. They're picking up some form. The manager's doing something right for West Brom. And they're looking like a proper side now. On the form table, that's 9 points. That is 9 points. Puts them 7th in the form table with Sunderland in 5th. So 2 teams doing well at the form table. For me, it's going to be a stalemate. 1-1 draw. So yeah, that does wrap up the video. Let's move on because I want the championship table calculator. This is what my table predictions would look like. It'll be on the screen right now. This is what my championship table will look like if my predictions are right. So the bottom 3 are Huddersfield Town in 24th, Blackpool in 23rd, and Wigan in 22nd. For now till the playoffs. In 21st, Hull, 20th Cardiff, 19th West Brom, 18th Bristol, 17th Rotherham, 16th Stoke, 15th Middlesbrough, 14th Reading, 13th Preston, 12th Swansea, 11th QPR, 10th Luton, 9th Birmingham City, 8th Sunderland, 7th Coventry City, 6th Millwall, 5th Norwich, 4th Watford, 3rd Blackburn, 2nd Sheffield United, and Burnley in top. So your playoffs at the moment are Millwall, Norwich, Watford, and Blackburn. The 2 automatically going up are Sheffield United and Burnley. So yeah, that does wrap up the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. The championship content is back. There is still the World Cup on though, so there'll be England previews, reviews. So yeah, and the quarter-final predictions will be coming out tomorrow as well. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.